Hey baby dolls, welcome back. I think Bitcoin will be trading at $48,000 before the next halvening, and slash or Ethereum will have tapped $3,400. I want to quickly go through this. I want you to see why. In every single Bitcoin halvening, I'm going to draw it out with you, all right? We are going to look at every single Bitcoin halvening. We're going to do this beautiful vertical line. We had a Bitcoin halvening around, 2012. So I think it was actually around here. What ends up happening is if you go to the top to the bottom of the cycle, basically Bitcoin goes back to only 40% down from the high before the Bitcoin halvening. So around 40% is here. So it just nicked it. This one is a bit of a special case. With this cycle, I'm just going to assume this $32 was some sort of anomaly, and we should measure it from $18. So if you do 40% down, you get around here. And we did hit it. We did. And, you can draw a fib. I just don't want to make it messy for you. You can draw a fib starting here. So that's all it is. You do the 61.8% fib retracement. So I just like to make it simple. Go to the high, drop 40%. Okay, so we tick it off. There will be a tick of friendship here. We did get to only minus 40% down by the next the halvening that came next. All right, now we're going to go to the next cycle. Halvening was here. You can see it. Everybody front runs it, right? We are now going to do, I think the halvening date was actually here. So from the top, let's draw 40% down. There you go. Isn't that special? Before the next halvening, we trade around there. Bitcoin 1,150, whatever it was. We go back to $750. This will receive a tick of friendship. We will confirm the friendship. We will confirm it right here. We did, by the next halvening, at this point, we did go back up here. So you got to imagine, right? Like if you've lost all hope, that's true. Yes, if you've lost all hope and you're traveling a long time here, you're like, no. Like you've lost all hope. And then I came here and I tell you, hey man, we're going to go down only minus 40% from the high by the next halvening. That's actually what happens. And can you take advantage of it? Well, yeah. You're listening to me, looking for high value content. This happens every single halvening cycle. And if we want a conservative measure, I like to just use 50%. Because it's going to be very, very hard for you to go, I want exactly 40% from the high. So whatever we do from the top and bottom of the whole cycle, just drop 50%. And you go, yeah, we about recover halfway, So you don't have to sit there awake on a Saturday night waiting for the prices to hit a certain area for you to be able to get out. If you want to trade out of it or you want to do something there. You can say comfortably you're going to have a chance to sell a 50% retrace. So obviously we are looking for the future and we are optimistic and we don't want to sell, because if you're selling, you're missing out on that. Okay, but one step at a time. We're going to make this dream come true in crypto one step at a time. What about the next cycle? The halvening was around here, I think. Somewhere around here. So very interesting, right? We have an anomaly happened. We had the plus token Ponzi. The plus token Ponzi made Bitcoin shoot up stronger than all the altcoins really aggressively. So if we go to top, which was 20K, you drop 40%. Yay, we actually hit it, right? We hit it. But you can tell, right? Look how far we are away from the halvening. We hit it very early. Very early. So this was a very, very, very aggressive, short attacking, bear destroying pump to the heavens, right? And it really, I remember this feeling, man. I'll tell you now. I would never wanted to short crypto ever again, because I came into crypto here, around here, right? And then when this, I was already super bullish after I did my research. And then when this happened, I'm like, oh, that's it. It's time to go all in. It's going to go all in. Everyone's bearish. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Twitter was. I didn't even know what YouTube was. I didn't know anything. I did the research myself. I had no second opinions. I went and valued everything myself. I was like, dude, this is just, it's screaming at me, screaming, you know. How young and innocent we were, you know, before we had been betrayed from all the scamming that was to come later. But this is what it is, just a pure signal. And then this happened where the box is, and I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, I've missed it. Because I'd gone all in already, but you still feel like you missed it. You still feel like, oh my God, that's it. It's gonna go. It's funny what the human mind does, because I'd gone all in. I couldn't possibly add any more, but I was already nervous because I was like, oh crap, that was it. The last chance to accumulate, you know, and it wasn't, because the zombie virus came. And I've got to be careful. I can't even say that word anymore because YouTube actually deleted me. So, friends, it's crazy how the world's changing. You know, so we had retraced only 40% down from the top. You had plenty of time to sell here. You know, 10K would be about 50% from the top. So you had plenty of times. This is weekly candles. You had plenty of opportunities. Plenty of opportunities to sell 10K. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like, you know, 1 full month sitting there. No problems getting filled at 10K, which is down here. So we're going to move forward now, and we're going to see, okay, so 3 out of 3 times, so this also will need a tick of friendship, and we're going to clone the hearts. So that's 3 out of 3 times on or before the Bitcoin halvening, we retrace the top price of Bitcoin so that we're only minus 40% down. All right. It's conservative, minus 50%. Because I'm scared, now that I'm teaching everyone, I don't want everyone to start front running this and screw us. That's just how the game works, right? So here we are today. The Bitcoin halvening is going to be around, I think, here we go, 2023, April, May-ish. Let's be conservative. Let's say it's May. Oh, man. No, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, friends. It's actually, 2024. Damn, man. Looks so close, right? So we have to think. What do we think is likely? Actually, we don't even need to really worry about that. But we just do a little mental exercise. How I think about it is, what are the chances Bitcoin does this? And what would it require? It might require, there's 2 Fed pivots, right? There's the Fed pivot where they hold rates and they might cut an interest rate here and there. And then there's the actual full U-turn where, the Titanic ship is actually sinking. That part of QE and stuff, I don't know if that's going to happen. You never know. But I'm going to get banned again. Because the zombie virus happened, you have to remember that the markets, everyone's looking for this. Everyone's looking for, give us one big giant capitulation week and then we'll recover. I don't think we're going to get that, man. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to repeat what we did in this cycle. And in this cycle, you can see Bitcoin does, grind up to friendship. So here we go here. We're going to just imagine maybe that's what happens, man. And remember, I said 40K, 48K. Because if we go to, 69K, we just drop 40%. There you go. 40%. It's about, actually, 40K. It's about 40K. If I do the fib here, I just want to see. Okay, the fib is 48K because the numbers are big. So this is the actual real number you want to look at. You want to look at the fib retracement. The fib retracement is just a high to low. It recovers the damage done, basically. That's how you got to think about it. So it's actually going to be 40 to 48K range. You should be thinking about exiting in that zone anyway. What a disaster it would be if it's at 40K and then the Fed pivots hard and you go back down here. You're going to be really upset if you're at 40K waiting for 48, right? So this is what I think is going to happen. I mean, it's happened 3 out of 3 times before. I don't want to jinx anything, but this might be a sign that Bitcoin's just going to go up only to 40 to 48K range. What comes after that? I don't know. So here's the scary part. Here's the actual scary part. In this cycle, it continued going up only, So I want to quickly draw. Let's say let's say there's a crisis. Oh, that's 50%. We had a 50% week down, even though the liquidity was really thin. That's crazy, man. 30 to 50%. I'm just analyzing what's possible when we get to this 48k part. You know, if we drop 50%, oh my god, imagine a wick down to 23k. That's possible. 23k. Wow. So that is possible. We've seen it. Maybe that doesn't happen though. It's crazy that they just go up only, right? So if we go in the next cycle, it's just literally a continuation of the dream here. You know, if we check the retracement, it's a 37% one. So I just want to see what 48k is. K's drop 37% is about 30k. Yeah, maybe. Considering the volatility, and because we've wiped out such weak hands, we go back to 30k, maybe bink 29k, you know, and then we continue up. Oh man, that'd be absolutely crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. You know, I want to think about, I hate how these 4-year cycle things work. Oh man, because the one time we're all going to rely on it, the whole crowd's going to be on our side and they're going to be jinxing it. So if we go 1 year after the Bitcoin halving, we've got our May here. It's about 100. You know, we've got our range where we can land. I mean, it could be anywhere from, I've got a low end 88k up to 200k for Bitcoin. This box, let's give it all of 2025. And yeah. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. So if you really believe we're going up here, if we really believe we're going to hit there, let's just draw a little target. You have to decide how much you want to gamble on this 48k dream. I can show you and tell you what I'm doing, and I have already decided. It depends on the timing. So let's remove these. If in the unlikely event, but it's possible, if we get a plus token Ponzi type of up only rally where something happens, I don't know what it is, but if we hit 48k, between 40 to 50k, right, somewhere there, let's just use a conservative number as 40 so we get in the mindset of selling. If we get there, say, before November 2023, or maybe we should even change it. Maybe if we just get there before 2024 starts, anywhere there, we should say, okay, we should take something off the table with all your altcoins, everything, because it's just so much of a recovery. We know, man. Like I've said this many times. You already know there are so many weak hands up here. I can't tell you enough. We're gonna have to weed them out. Yes, a lot of them did sell. A lot did sell down here, but there are people who say they're strong hands. They only say it. However, they're really gonna see how strong they are once we get back there, and they're looking at their families, their brothers, their sisters, their wives, their children. They're looking at their jobs. They're like, oh my God, remember this dream? You know, I tried to go for another 3x, but I was actually okay enough to kind of retire here. They're going to take it. So maybe that's why we see this type of, screw around session here as people like wrestle with that idea. But, the good thing is we've decided if we get there early, if we get there before the halvening, a good distance away, it's probably time to like shave off some sort of your portfolio. If you're not a trader, let's say you don't like trading, you don't like anything, I would recommend like 10%, just 10%, because at least you get something when we go back down. You can participate. Maybe Bitcoin goes back to like 33k, you buy your altcoins there. And yeah, you're never going to get it. Maybe it actually like comes back even lower. But hey, you got to play around. You got to do something. You're basically feeding your itch, right? If you wanted to take more risk with this, I would say bump it up anywhere between 15 and 33% of your portfolio. That is what I would personally be looking at, depending on how high we get there, and if we get there this early, because this might not ever happen. We're ready, right? And the plan is, as soon as you get in, you just rebuy back as soon as you go back down. Because you know the game, man. You know how volatile this stuff is. It would be such an embarrassment. Obviously, you don't want to get everything out. Like, can you imagine this happens? Can you imagine this happens? And don't think, oh, it can't happen. I'm telling you now, this thing can happen. Because I know the mindset of every single person. Every single person has said, with 100% conviction, we are not making a new all-time high in 2023. I have been on that side of the boat with the crowd, and I'm never doing that ever again in my life. I am my own man, independent thinker. I'm never again succumbing to the crowd ever again. I made this mistake over 10 years ago. I learned my lesson, okay? The crowd sucks. The crowd is poor. The crowd doesn't even know what they want. You don't want to be with the crowd, okay? The crowd is only useful in the middle. They're not good at the extremes. But, it's all a lot of this fancy talk. What if we never get there? What if we get back to the zone, 40 to 50K, that's the little zone here around that Bitcoin halving. Yeah, what if we actually just do this, It's possible. That's possible. If this happens, we don't act at all. We don't act at all. Like, you're telling me you want to risk everything here and here and here. You actually want to take risks there of exiting and trying to rebuy? Because you're going to screw it up. You're going to screw it up. Even if I give you the plan, you're going to screw it up. Even if I tell you, okay, get out 20%, and then if we close 2 green weekly candles above an integer, higher, above a certain ATR band, you get back in no matter what. I have done this with people before, friends and family, and let me tell you, we go through the plan. I spend 2 hours with them. Fast forward to the action. What do you think they do as soon as they see like a big fat green candle? What do you think they do? Everything goes out the window. Everything goes out the window. Everything. And then they just go do something and they don't even tell me that they hurt themselves. So I'm never going to do this ever again. I hope it's just the innocent grind back up only. And I actually think this would screw the most people, because this scenario, each arrow here, many people would, okay, no one's going to sell the top, right? When we dip back down, they get out. When they dip back down, they get out. When they dip back down, they get out. So this scenario would screw a lot of people. This scenario would basically reward diamond hands who sat through the ultimate pain down here. It would reward them, and the weak hands who are just waiting for recovery, it would screw them big time as well, because no one's expecting that. Tell me, have you seen one influencer, Twitter, YouTube, even friend, family, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere, have you seen anybody saying what I'm saying right now? Bitcoin is going up only to 40K, 48K. Have you ever seen anyone say that? No. So automatically you think, okay, because I haven't heard anyone say that. So I'm paying more attention to these words. I'm like, damn, Bitcoin's going up only to 40, 48K. No one expects that. No one. Absolutely no one. And you know what else everyone is desperate for? Everyone's desperate for a momentum breakout. So I'm going to remove this squiggly line. Do you know what everyone really wants? This is what everyone really wants. Everyone actually wants, they want this. Like, they want some sort of inverse heads and shoulders pattern. That's what they want. And then they want to be like, bang, yeah, let's do the breakout. That's what everyone actually wants. Because everybody wants to gamble like a degen, and they want to buy the breakout, and they want to kill it and go up. That's what actually everyone wants. But what no one wants is the scenario I just put. What no one wants is the, yay, beep. That's what no one actually wants. What does this mean for altcoins? I've gone through a previous video where each cycle has we have a Bitcoin cycle, an Ethereum cycle, back to Bitcoin last cycle. If this one is the Ethereum cycle, it is possible that everything I said was overly optimistic for Bitcoin. So if we just look at a real number. So remember I was saying 40 to 50K, zone. It's possible Bitcoin does not fulfill the legacy of being able to retrace to the 61.8, 48K. It's possible it only goes to 36K. This is what I'm actually leaning more towards. You got Mt. Gox, you got this FUD. No one's buying Bitcoin as a redacted retailer. So this is what I actually think is more likely. It only gets to 36K in the next wave somehow. And if Bitcoin is 36K, let's go and check. Let's go check which will Ethereum. I think Ethereum is actually going to be the big daddy, and Ethereum's going to retrace itself. So 61.8 is 3,400, so up here. Wouldn't that be a treat? Wouldn't that be a treat for us if that happens for our altcoins? So maybe actually see that. Maybe we see ETH 3,400, BTC, let's say 36k, ETH BTC equals 0.10. I see this playing out. I don't know what it is. The universe is pointing. I mean, you can obviously see this higher low formation, right? Even ignoring that, the burning, the merge, all this stuff being built on Ethereum, MetaMask getting adoption, PayPal, payments, stablecoins, all this stuff. I really see this happening, but we're prepared for any scenario. And I've also got the prophecy that Ethereum kind of leads Bitcoin out. So that's an interesting one as well, you know? So what can you really do for here? I mean, this really means, like, if Ethereum is able to fulfill the legacy of going back to 3,400 around there, then basically Chainlink retraces half of its move as well. So Chainlink goes back to, I know, $35 seems like such copium, man. Like, oh, what I would give for that. But you never know. You never know. I mean, I think it's so unlikely this is when the market surprises you. So I would say anywhere from $24 to $35 link 20. So it depends how much of a friend it is. It really depends how much it wants to scam us. Okay, so that would be the retracement. What about HEX? HEX, let's do HEX would be, you can do this for everything, by the way. 30 cents, yeah, 20 to 30 cents. HEX equals 20 cents to 30 cents. That would be the target for HEX. And you can do this for everything else, you know. We have DOGE. What would DOGE be? If DOGE really surprised everyone. You know, DOGE would be... Oh, man, that's crazy. Imagine DOGE back at 32 cents to 50 cents. That would be DOGE equals 30. I don't even know if the world's ready for this, by the way. These numbers are such huge, healthy retracements. You know, they really are. And Cardano, if it got back there, it would be $1.70. You know, I feel like Cardano just had such a huge hyperwave in 2021 with Doge that I don't know if they could get to their 50% retrace. I could feel them only stopping at like this 28% max, just because of just the amount of retailer hype they had last year, and they were just blasted all over the news airwaves. So, you know, Cardano back to 95 cents to $1.70 because Cardano's so low now. I mean, this still a big number, man. It's gone up 3x to 5x, but it's just unfortunate you're only getting that multiplier because it's down 92%. So, hope this makes sense to you. I mean, retracing most of the move before the Bitcoin halvening. Is Bitcoin going to do it itself and the alts go crap? Or are the alts going to do it and leave Bitcoin behind? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Bitcoin's going to be the one lagging behind because it's just too thick now. Until next time, friends, I'll catch ya.